In today's video, I'm going to be talking about different CV templates that you can use to apply for healthcare assistant jobs in the UK, in Ireland, in the US. These templates have actually helped me for so many years. 3 years ago, before I got this particular job that I'm doing right now in the US, I used these particular strategies that I'm going to be sharing in this video, and the response I got was, wow, this has every point that we need, and I'm not even sure what to ask you right now. And they went ahead and gave me their exams, and that was how I continued with this particular company. Now again, this morning, before I finally said, okay, let me compile these templates, I also was trying to apply for something online, and I decided to share my CV with somebody to have a look. And the response I got as well was, wow, this is really good. And then she didn't give me any correction. So I feel this has been helping me. And if I shared what I consider, because usually I update my CV, I edit my CV, and I always make sure that it's tailored to what I am applying for at that moment. So all this experience, all these strategies is what I'm going to be sharing with you as well in this video, and I am super excited to do it because hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Linda Eze. I'm a registered nurse and I currently work in the US. I worked in the UK for a while before I moved to the US. In this channel, I share information about nursing abroad, getting jobs abroad, remote job opportunities worldwide. So be sure to join the family by subscribing, and always share your feedback in the comment section, or you can chat me up on Instagram as well. So without further ado, if you don't have any experience at all, or you don't have healthcare background, I believe you'll find a sample that you'll be able to use as well in this video. So make sure you watch this video till the very end.
First of all, the best thing to do is to have a CV template, like to have a CV that has everything about you, so that when you're applying for a job, it's easy for you to now edit, to now restructure your CV to match whatever role you are applying for. In this case, we are going to be talking about the healthcare assistant jobs and the support worker jobs. Okay, so for me, I would believe that the best thing that the recruiters will be looking at is the skills that you have, your education, and your experience. So, and I'm also going to talk about if you don't have experience, because HCA jobs, you can actually get it without experience, because most times you learn on the job. But if you have experience already, then it's also a very big plus for you. So we'll talk about the experience, the CVs for those that have experience and healthcare background, and then CVs for those that don't have healthcare background and they have very little experience. Okay, so first of all, if you have experience as a healthcare assistant, I would say that this particular template is actually good. It's very simple and it has everything. And if you want the very beautiful ones, I'm also going to show you how you can get those. Okay, but these basic ones are also very good as far as you're able to bring out the point. Before I continue, I will also say that if you prefer to give your CV to someone, or you want to pay someone to edit your CV or to review your CV, if the person is in healthcare, it is a very big plus, because they already know when you are including some terms in your CV that actually are not for healthcare assistants or for support workers, they'll be able to spot it. But if it is somebody that is not in the healthcare, they might just be looking at maybe how you arrange your CV and all of that, and they might not pay attention to those little details. So for some of you that I reviewed your CV, you notice that I tell you to change some terms and all of that, that even to remove some things that are not HCA rules. Okay, so that's just to get that out of the way. So this particular CV, okay, is very simple and it has everything. So notice how I arranged this one. This person has experience and this person has a healthcare background or a healthcare assistant background. So you want to showcase what you can do right from the beginning. Okay, so in your professional summary, I prefer to always include how many years experience that I have and the major things that I have been doing in those number of years. So this one, healthcare assistant with 3 years experience working in acute care facilities. That means maybe you work in hospitals or in GP surgeries, okay? And then you are competent in providing safe is a very good word to use, safe and individualized care to people with different needs. So you have been experienced in managing people from different age groups and all of that, with different needs and from different background, different cultural background. You must not use this one. You can use your own. You can say different age groups. You can say different, you can say people with additional needs or something. I'm going to show you different examples, and then you talk about your skills. You don't need to say communication skills. You already say skills, so you can also say communication skills, observation skills, patient's rights, activities of daily living. I can just remove the skills because we already have skills, okay? Communication, observation, patient's rights, activities of daily living, and then your skills, and then you talk about your experience. They also want to see what you have been doing, see what I have included in this my experience. I don't say you should go and copy this verbatim. If you don't have these skills, or this is not what you did in your previous roles, you don't need to include them. But I'm going to show you how you can also get the skills that you put on this section, so that you select the ones that you can do, okay, and then you include it, okay. So I'm going to also leave this so that you'll be able to use it to edit your CV. I'll tell you how you can get the access to this when at the end of this video, so stay with me. So you notice monitoring patient's condition by taking temperatures, pulse, respiration. This is actually a basic healthcare assistant role in an acute setting. There are settings, if you are a support worker, that you may not be required to do this, okay, but if you have worked in an acute setting, this is what you do, and then you report to the nurse or the GP or the appropriate person that you are supposed to report to, okay. But you, as a healthcare assistant, it's not your role to be the one that assess patients. You monitor and then you report. You monitor and you report. So because some people include assessing and all of that, no, that is a nurse's role. So once a recruiter sees that you said, oh, you're assessing patient and all of that, then they know that you don't even know what healthcare assistants do, okay. So it's a very big minus. Someone asked me to review the CV that she has been using to apply for so many jobs, and so many of the skills, so many of the experience of her experience, she was including nurses roles, which is not what they are looking for. And this person is not a nurse. So if it is a nurse applying for healthcare assistant role, it is okay for you to include your nursing roles. But if you are not a nurse as a background and you are including that you are performing nurses jobs in your CV, no matter how beautiful your CV is, if I'm the one recruiting, it is already showing me that you don't even know what you're applying for, and you don't even know what the job is about. So be very, very aware of that. And I'm also going to show you how you can double check. You yourself, you'll be able to review your CV and tell yourself the truth whether your CV is good or not. So this is for a healthcare assistant with experience. So what you can do is that in the NHS, they already talked about who a healthcare assistant is and what your role is as a healthcare assistant. So they talked about this. If you search healthcare assistant role UK, you'll be able to see this page, and the NHS one as well. So they talked about the support worker, they talked about the healthcare assistant, and healthcare support worker and all of that. So in the role, you see what it means, what they do: wash and dress patients, serve meals, help people to move around, make beds, make patients feel comfortable, and all of that. And then in the GP surgery, what your role is. So if you're applying for jobs and it is in a GP surgery or in the community and all of that, my tip for you is to come to NHS website, look for the role of a healthcare assistant in the community. Then you'll be see then you will see all the roles that you're expected to do. Also, another giveaway is when you are applying for a job, usually they say this is what we need, and they talk about the skills that they need from that applicant and all of that. You can also use it to now double check your CV and then modify your CV. So if these are the one like wash and dress patient, you see how I also modified my one. So I will not just say wash and dress patient. So this is like telling them what you have been doing in your previous work role. So you say monitoring patient. You not just say monitor patient, because here they say your role. But then when you are also talking about it in your CV, then you put it like a doing well, like what you have been doing. So providing pressure care, serving, helping, and all of that. So you use it that way, and then you modify your CV, okay. So these are the things. A lot of people have their opinion, right? But this is what has been working for me, and I hope it does work for you as well. I believe it is the basics, okay, that you can use for your CV. So this is the one for, it's very simple. This is a good CV, has the skills, experience, and then when you come down, you now write your education, okay. your education, the college name, the month, and all of that, what you have done. I said education and training, so that if you have done some training on maybe Florence Academy, the free trainings, you can include all of that here. Okay, so I already made a video where I gave examples of a very, like, so many courses that are really, really catchy and good that you can use for your healthcare assistance. So be sure to watch that video. That video as well, something that I've done in the past that people have also used, people that were invited in for interviews, and they used it. The tips that I shared in that video is very, very helpful. I gave examples of what you can, how you can answer questions during your interview. So make sure you watch that video. So the next one is to show you if it is for support worker role. Okay, a support worker role. So this one we need all. This is for support worker. I say healthcare support worker, 5 years experience working with children. This one can be 1 year experience. So this person is showcasing exactly what they have been doing as a support worker. So you see, support worker with 5 years experience working with children and adults with additional needs, highly skilled in providing safe and individualized care to people with different needs and from different cultural backgrounds. Okay, so this first one, experience working with children and adults with additional needs. So some job openings we say we need support workers to look after children with mental illness and something like that. So you can put it there, like experience working with adults with that are mentally ill and needs additional help, something like that. So you use it to say. So just make sure that you are able to say something catchy and that summarizes you. That is just the professional summary. Summarizes your major skills and experience. You have 5 years experience working with so number of people, and you are competent or you are highly skilled in providing. I love that word safe, because if you're safe, if you show them that you actually know that safety has to do with a lot of things, that you are reporting, you are making sure that whatever you're doing, that safety is your concern. Okay, so this way you have professional summary, your skills again and the experience, and then you just here you put the company name where you worked as a carer or support worker, and then these are the ones you also pay attention to, what you have been doing there. So you make sure that what you're saying is what support workers actually do, not what doctors do, or what is not applicable to what you said that you were doing in that company. So this one, examples I give: providing support to people with learning disabilities, autism, and age-related needs to have strong voice, choice, and greater control in their lives; providing physical, emotional, and educational support to individuals within care homes, mental health, and learning disability. Because sometimes you're applying to agencies and they can send you to so many of these other places. Okay, so if that is what you did in your role, you also include that. Providing effective standard of support at all times while maintaining confidentiality. That's a good one as well. So if you go to your second company or your experience, it can be just one, right? If it is just one, you just mention some points that are peculiar to support workers. Just like I talked about the HCH, you can go to NHS website and find what support workers do and use it to make sure you select those ones that you have experience in and use it to make up your experience as well. Okay, and then when you go down, you also mention your educational background and the trainings that you have done. Okay, you make it as brief and concise, and also bringing out those important things that that particular employer is looking for in their applicants. Okay, remember, I'll also show you how you can make this to look different, like if you don't want the very basic one. But this one will definitely get your feet at the door. Once you have everything that they need, they don't need it to look super cute. But if you want the super cute ones, I'll show you. Okay, so how about if you don't have experience? So if you don't have experience, I would say you also make a very basic one that has your address and everything. So this one, maybe you don't need the professional summary, because maybe you will not know exactly what to say. Maybe if you say I have 1 month experience as a volunteer, so maybe you just leave that out and just go ahead and put out your skills, and then your education and training. You can just talk about, first of all, you can include, I included this first because you want to show that you have gone ahead and you have done some trainings online. You can say Florence Academy included introduction to dementia, safeguarding, care of the elderly. Oh, that's a mistake here. Care of the elderly. Make sure always give someone to have a look. It could be just typo error, like even up till today before I submit my CV, I usually give someone to just have a look. Okay, so trainings, and then in your if you have a degree but it's not in healthcare and all of that, you can just make it very simple so that they know that you have a degree, or you have a secondary school cert. You can just put it there, college name, and the kind of degree that you got. Maybe it's a SSC or something like that. You can just put it as a line. And then experience, remember that if you don't have any experience at all, it's very helpful if you volunteer somewhere. So if you did volunteer somewhere, you put it here. You can just say carer and support worker, or you can say healthcare assistant, and then you put somewhere that it is a volunteer role, so that they will know that it's a volunteer role. So what were you doing in a volunteer role? I would say for healthcare assistants, if someone that doesn't have a healthcare background in a healthcare goes to a hospital to volunteer, I am very sure that they will not allow you to start doing checking patients' vital signs and all of that. So if you put it there, maybe it's so if it is me, I'll raise an eyebrow. Will they be allowing you to do that? You say that maybe you shadowed nurses or you shadowed healthcare assistants while they are monitoring the patient, and then the better thing I know that they will allow you to do is supporting. So if you are volunteering in a healthcare environment, usually the volunteers that come to the UK in the UK hospitals, what they allow them to do is to support patients. They support patients for feeding, support maybe dressing patients, washing patients, taking them out and all of that. That's the major thing that volunteers do. So if you start saying you help to transfer patients, that you help to do vital signs, a recruiter that is from a healthcare background, we know that you are just mentioning those just for the sake of CV. If I'm reviewing your CV, I know that you didn't do any of those, okay? Because if it is your own hospital, you will not just allow anybody to start doing nursing role or healthcare assistant role when they don't have any training and all of that. So when it is a volunteer role you have done, make sure you are putting like supporting, shadowing and all of that as part of what you were doing, like providing support, like I mentioned here, providing physical, emotional, like they allow you to take patients out, feeding with supervision. You can also say that you were feeding with under supervision and reporting any concerns to nurses and those looking after the patient. Okay, so these are the things that will actually make you to stand out, like you actually know what the job is all about. So I've mentioned this thing, and I hope you're really, really going to take this into consideration when you're applying for your next role. Okay, so now I'll also show you where you can make if you already have this template, this is what you want, you know what you're putting on your skills, your education, your experience. The next one is if you want your CV to look super cute and maybe stand out. So what you can do is, I'm going to leave the link, so I can also show you mine so you see what my CV looks like. I will not show for details for the sake of what people are beginning to use people to do on the internet. So if you see my one, I will have a template that has everything about me here. See what it looks like the picture one. And then the one that I edited, see how my CV looks like. Super cute. This one is a one page CV. This one is the one that has everything. So each time I want to apply for a particular role or something, I will go and edit this one. This is in my Google. I can access it anywhere. And this one, if you want to use the templates for Google, this is really cool. You can just use this one. This is Google Docs. So you can use this one. This is a template here. So if you have everything about you already, see, you just put your name, edit this one, and put your experience, because you already have the one I showed you, right? You put your experience. If you only have two, you can delete this one, and then your education. I use these templates but a lot. If you just saw my CV, this is the kind of template I use. And then this one as well, and then this one, your address, your skills. If you don't have any awards, you can delete that. If you have your IELTS, yes, you can put it here. So what I can say as well, you can put some trainings here, like this award, you can change it to training, right? You can change this award to training, then language. Then in your education, you can just put your education. You can remove this one. You can put volunteer. For me, I changed project to volunteer experience. So after your experience, your education, volunteer, and then this one, or you can change this one to references. Okay, you can change this one to different language to references as well. So this is a template that really looks cool that you can get for free on the internet. So right, you can get that one for free on the internet. Another one is this one. This one is a basic one, the Coral resume. So this one is this very simple one. That's the one I used for these ones that I showed you. You can change the colors. If you prefer blue, I prefer blue. As a professional CV, I prefer blue. So you can change this to blue if you choose to. Again, these are some that you can get from Google. So another place is Canva. I'm going to leave the link in the description below. So Canva is a tool that I use all the time. So if you go to Canva, then you can also go to the home page and you search resume. So when you search resume, different templates, okay, different templates will come to you'll be able to see different templates. So these are the templates. I already got some that are really, really super cool. So I don't, some people like to put like, use the one that has pictures and all of that. But for me, I don't like putting pictures. If you prefer to use pictures, that is very good as well. You can decide to put your picture and then everything about you. But these simple ones, as far as it has everything, I believe is really cool. So this one, you can edit this one and put your information. Very simple. Once you already have that, your basic one that you just copy and paste, choose the one you want. These are free. Those people that review your CV, some of them get all these templates from here free of charge. So some of them you pay for them, but like the free ones are really super cool. These ones that I already used here, they're all free. Okay, so this one as well is free. Is that same one? There's another one that is really cool. This one, you just change this one to your name, your healthcare assistant, and then you put your education, your experience, and all of that. So this one is another one as well. You just edit and replace everything here. Replace everything here. This is really super organized. You just need to put everything. These are free templates, guys. Free templates. As far as you have done these things that I've shown you in the previous ones, what you just need is just come here, paste it, and arrange it. Super, super cute CVs, very free of charge. Those people that review your CV, I'm sure many of them get their templates from here. Okay, so here you also edit and put everything. For me as well, if I want to do another CV that is super cute, the one I get from Google, I really love it. But I also love this one. This is really cute. This is really, really amazing. So what you just put your professional summary, it has, that is the first thing here, and this is your name, support worker, you put your contact, and then you come to your experience. After your experience, you now talk about your education and training, right? And then you put everything that you have done and your skills. So after this one, I will also say you put your references. Sometimes if you don't put references, when you now apply for the job, they will now ask you for referees. Cute. Okay, this is really, really cute. I love this last one. I love this one as well. In fact, the ones that I've selected, they are really cute. So if you go to Canva and search resume, you will see all these different templates, and you will see the ones that I've also selected. Those ones that don't have pictures, those are the ones I arranged here. So I arranged like 6 of them or something, and they all have that. So endless, free of charge. Okay, guys, and I believe that these are simple. Don't be scared of CVs after today. Just let me know what you think in the comment section, and I believe you should find this useful as well.
Hope you found these tips helpful. If you want to contact me, the Instagram is always the best place to reach me. And beware of scammers. Some people use YouTubers images and they are using it to scam people. Please very beware. You can only find me through the links in the description of my videos, and make sure that anyone asking you to pay anything, it is not me. I'm not receiving any fees at all from any one of you. So please, anyone asking you to pay anything or to chat privately, that is not me. I hope you found today's video helpful. If you did, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and always come back. I love you and I wish you all the very best. Bye.